Window coverings kill home sales. It's true. Window coverings will kill your home sale. We'll talk about that along with other home staging ideas and Los Gatos Home of the Week, price reductions, and highest and lowest in Silicon Valley. So I got this idea from this article right here. Clever home staging tricks you can steal. Home staging is very important. Now, whether you use your own or you bring in an interior designer to restructure your own furniture and decor, or you bring in completely other staging, it's imperative. It's very important for us to do that, since in order to properly position your house for sale. And if you don't want to go through the time and energy of staging your house, you'll be woefully disappointed in the results. Just a fact, right? Your house will sell, but not for the money you think it's going to sell for. Just is, just does. So here's some things that you can do. Now, when I sell a house, I bring in my stager and we talk about different things that we can do to stage and bring furniture and decor in to make it look up. I have a bunch of stuff. My table, my desk right here is full of paperwork that I'm working on. My house isn't for sale. My couch is just stuff around the house, around the TV. I have junk. I have stuff that the kids use, right? So if I were to go to put my house up for sale, all that would go into boxes and into the garage or into a storage unit, and I would let that stuff be there and not in the way of selling my house. So clear it out and clean it up. Your pantry is important. Your closets are important. If it's winter, get rid of all your summer gear. If it's summer, get rid of all your winter gear. Just make your closets look bigger. Mine look like like a clearance rack. Get rid of personalization. If you look at my I Love You Daddy wall, it gives me inspiration. There's no way I would ever get rid of it. It just all these little things that when my kids were small, they gave to me, like little Father's Day. By the way, Father's Day is coming up. Not the most important, but to me, it's the most important day of the year. But there's other things too. Where I want to be, my goal setting, and just different things. I would take that off because that has nothing to do with selling a house, right? I want to clear it out. I'd probably put a little picture of a flower or a vase, something. Update the bathroom. Now, should you tear it out and put new cabinets in, you're not going to get the money that you spend on tearing out and completely redoing your bathroom. What we do say is paint it light and bright, and if the counters need an update, put a new counter on it, a new sink. The tub, stay in place. If you have old looking olive drab tile on the shower walls, I would say get rid of it or think about having it painted over. Don't really worry about the toilet, mostly because whenever I sell a house, I tell people to get rid of the toilets and replace them because you want new toilets. Just a thing for me. Now, design details. Really depends on the kind of style of your house. If it's a cabin or a mansion or colonial or Spanish revival or modern, really depends on what it is. And you really want to push those ideas on to that house and make it accentuate what that house looks like. Curb appeal is super important. We talk about that all the time. Make sure your house looks freshly painted, clean, driveways power washed. If you have walkways, do that. Put some flowers in there. And the lizards love it. My dogs love the fact that the lizards are under there, so they always go chasing it after I take them for a walk. Odors. Speaking of dogs, cats, doesn't matter. Don't cook with fish or curry or anything strong, odory in your kitchen while your house is for sale. Get it deep cleaned. Windows is where we're coming in here, right? Upgrade the furniture. If your couches are 20 years old, stinky and full of kids and dogs and all that nasty stuff, get rid of them. Throw them out. You're moving. Don't buy them yet. Don't put them on credit, but buy new furniture for your new home. You'll be glad you did, because the furniture you have in your living room, keep that in. Window coverings. Let's take a look at this. Now, I've never been a fan of the Valent. Look at this thing. That's screaming old world. Oh, look at that. Out of style. Yes. Guys, if you have, look, 1960, they were cool. 1980s, they started going out of style. There's no reason to have a Valance today. Some might say, yes, you can do it. And in some design features, you absolutely can get away with it. but just don't, unless you have an interior designer that's highly suggesting it and it flows with the house. There you go. This is what I envision new functionary windows to look like. Now, whether you put plantation or what other kind of blinds, but you see how the windows go ceiling to floor? What does that tell you? What does that feeling give you when you're walking into a room like that? Bright, airy, open, large, spacious. This just feels condensed. I feel claustrophobic in it. So anyway, if you have valances, consider getting rid of it. When I put my houses up for sale, I tear out all the old window coverings because typically they're old and beat up or broken or dusty and dirty or need to be washed. So I just say tear them out, get rid of them, throw them out. Brighter is better. And by the way, when you sell your house, clean your windows, take the screen off, wash the screen and put it in your garage and let it sit there, because that 3, 5, 10% of extra sunlight that comes in makes a huge difference. So keep the screens off for the time being. And if you're in an area where there's tons of bugs, don't open the doors, don't open the windows. Just deal with it until you sell the house. This episode is brought to you by the Home Buyer's Checklist. If you're thinking about looking at houses, you're going to look at 4, 5, 6 houses at a time, and it'll be exhausting. And by the time you're done, you're not going to remember house A from house C to house D. And this checklist allows you to go through each room and learn about every little aspect of what you like and what you don't like about that room in that house. And when you go back that night and you're eating your pizza with your loved one and you're saying, this is what I like about this house, you go back to the checklist. It helps you remember it. What do we got here? Highs and lows. This is gorgeous Colonial. You're going to fall in love with it. It's 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2 full bath, 2 half bath, 2,600 square feet, built in 8. This thing's like freaking mansion for 8. Look at this beautiful house. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's on a busy street, but it's a showcase house. This is a beautiful house. It's just gorgeous. Everything about it. I've done a lot of work in Los Gatos and I love it. And look, what I always tell you about it being close to downtown, you can walk to downtown, have drinks and dinner with friends and walk back home. You can wake up in the morning, cruise down to Pete's Coffee or Starbucks, which is over here, and never worry about having to walk. That is amazing. And it's all for the low price of $3.5 million. We have a 127 price list reductions in Santa Clara County. I wanted to bring this one up to you, mostly because it goes into the category of REWTF. Like, what? Pink? John Cougar was back in the late 80s or early 90s when he said little pink houses for you and me, right? This is ridiculous. That's just, I don't get it. I don't get the architecture. I don't get the paint. And quite frankly, I get it for the size of the house. It's a standard Shea home, guys. There's nothing great about this house. It's a standard, not a Colonial. It's old. Look at the counters. Let's look at the kitchen. Look at that. It's everything I tell you not to do. All right, I'm almost done right here. Blank slate. Even the walls are pink inside. It's been on market 60 days. Original list price was $2,750, now down to $2,700. And it's on a busy road, guys. The difference between this and this is a major thoroughfare. This is a major thoroughfare. Thousands of cars go by this road every day. And I don't get it. What do I know? Okay, 178 closings this week. Last week we had 221. Highest sold price is $11 million. Lowest sold price is $650,000. Highest for sale right now is $30 million. And lowest for sale is $499,000. Now, remember what I tell you, we're about 50% of where we need to be for a balanced market. This is Santa Clara numbers. Santa Clara County, San Jose, we need to have about 1,000, 900 to 1,000. Santa Clara County needs to be about 1,800 to 2,000, and we're halfway there. So our inventory, our supply is still way shorter or lower than what the demand is. Our demand has gone down quite significantly. However, we're still selling a lot of houses. So last week we had a lot of upticks, 127 price reductions, but that's not really relevant because there was a little bit of greed there. We'll go into that in a bit. But let's take a look at this. This is the highest sold price in Santa Clara County, Palo Alto, near Stanford. Let's take a look at the digits. 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,700 square feet, almost a half-acre lot, 104 years old. Sold in 30 days. Pool's a little green, so that's the house. There's your garage. There's a little office area, I would guess, and then a pool that needs to be cleaned. That's a little bit of a fixer-upper, guys. Let's look inside. See what it tells you about curb appeal? Okay, well, I don't think they want to show inside, so there you go. Okay, the lowest sold house, this came up, I guess it was last week. It's weird. It popped up and then went down. This one was probably sold off market, sold for $650,000. You bought it for the 4 acres. That's the value. It's 1,400 square feet. You take a look at this house and you're looking at nothing but trouble. Can't tell you what it looked like inside because they took all the pictures out. It's the highest, most expensive house available for sale in Santa Clara County. This is the epitome of everything you ever want in a luxury home. Just gorgeous. Again, these are not my listings. That little courtyard inside there, that is gorgeous. I'd love to do a video walkthrough of this thing. Look at this. All right, so you can get to these links in my blog. They're right here. You just go to my blog and you can check it out anytime you want. The lowest house for sale, only one picture, on market 21 days, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 722 square feet by the freeway. It is literally next to the freeway.